Dusty Baker has achieved what seemed impossible. The Astros have finally won a World Series. Many thought this day would never come, but not Dusty. He believed that the disgraced team still had some game left in them, and now his patience paid off. Watch this video to find out how Dusty Baker took the Astros from the bottom to the top. First up, oh, the humiliation. The question, though, is why is this a big deal? Well, this is the first World Series they've won since the cheating scandal that left them crippled. This is the redemption they've been waiting for. So yeah, it's a pretty big deal. If you've forgotten it, here's the gist of it. In 2017, the Houston Astros beat the Los Angeles Dodgers on their home field. They took home the World Series title, but 2 years later, Mike Fears blew the whistle and told people that all wasn't what it seemed. There was a massive cheating ring going on. In 2019, The Athletic posted a story revealing how the entire staff at Houston was involved in the operation. They installed illegal cameras that focused on the home plate. There, opponent catchers would signal the camera and tell the staff what sort of pitch they were about to throw. Then the staff would bang the trash cans nearby to let the hitters know what to expect. Wow, that was elaborate. In 2020, MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred took notice and started an investigation into the scandal. The Astros fired General Manager Jeff Luhnow and manager A.J. Hinch when their involvement became clear. They also had to forfeit their first and second round draft picks in 2020 and 2021 as well. On top of all that, they had to pay a $5 million fine. Still, the MLB let the players off the hook, and they kept the trophy as well. In short, it was a big mess, and that's when Baker joined the team. Next up, let the good times roll. Now, from the time since the scandal, Houston is on top of the game. They defeated the Phillies to take home the biggest trophy of the year, and it's all thanks to one man, and everyone rushed to hug him. He was mobbed by his fellow coaches and the players near the dugout. In a rush of emotions, nobody thought they might suffocate the man to death. Well, if he did die, he would go out on an all-time high. Baker said that he felt thankfulness and joy at that moment. It wasn't a matter of relief. He knew this moment would come. People booed at the team and him for joining them, but he knew that he could make a difference there. All the people that were against the team had forgotten that they also made mistakes in their life. Everybody deserves a second chance, and this was theirs. This is his first win as a team manager. Not only that, but at 73, he's the oldest manager to ever achieve this milestone. His bullpen coach Dan Farova says no one deserves more than him. The man has given his soul to the game and his team. That's why he celebrated like a king on that night. After a few interviews and hugs from his colleagues, he went to the club with the team. He wore his goggles and sprayed a huge bottle of champagne. Now that's how you party. But how did he get here? Coming up, call it magic. One fan held up a poster that said, "A date with Destiny," and we can't help but think he's right. After all the things that happened on the pitch can't just be a coincidence, right? What are the odds that they won the game on their home ground? That Baker was standing mere feet away from the spot of the Astros' humiliation, near the infamous trash cans when the final out happened and he was attacked by his team? What are the odds that Baker's first game as manager and his winning game was connected by one key player? In his first game, the first hitter from the opposing team was Geronimo Pena. Now his son Jeremy would join the team for his first season ever. Somehow he blazed through the opposition even as a rookie. Was it kismet that Houston became the first team to win the World Series at home since 2013? In the Minute Maid Stadium with 42,000 of their fans, those that cheered throughout the game and stayed for the after party too? Have the stars aligned to give Baker what he wanted for so long? Dusty believes so. When his team lost the World Series last year, they were crushed. But not Dusty. He knew their time would come. He simply told his team that they'd get it next year. His logic, it was meant to happen. At 73, he's seen enough games to know that if you stick around long enough, you'll win. Now that's the way to think about it. He instilled that belief in his team too. It's all a matter of faith, right? Not to mention, what's loyalty got to do with it? His team had years of wisdom from him. They received a gift of faith from him. He trusted his team and relied on the starting pitchers and hitters. He let them do what they did best, and they got the trophy for him. This kind of win doesn't come easy though, nor does the kind of love he receives. You gotta work hard to build trust among your team, and Dusty was a pro at it. He spent 19 years as an outfielder with the Dodgers. He made 2 All-Star teams and took home the 1981 World Series with the Dodgers. As a manager, he led all of his 5 teams to division titles. He achieved this by taking his time to know everyone, the players, the coaches, and the staff. He connected with all of them and helped them thrive. In just 2 short years, he turned the ship around for the Astros. But he has friends all over the MLB and beyond. Rob Butcher, the media relations director for the Reds, flew to Houston just to see his friend win. He cried at the final out. Butcher said that Baker doesn't know how many people love him and want him to win. Before the match, the man got a good luck message from Snoop Dogg himself. We mean, Snoop Dogg was rooting for the guy. Was there any doubt he was going to win? In case you're wondering, the answer to that is no. Now, for keeping everybody involved. As if you needed one more reason to love the man, here's another. The manager is also an advocate for diversity. He made sure that his coaching staff was as diverse as possible. Every player must have a coach with a similar background so they can have someone to relate relate to. African American or Latin, he made sure that there was someone the players could talk to. He went as far as to get sophisticated college dudes into country white men too. That way, no player would feel left out. Wow, he thought this through, didn't he? But this came with a sad realization too. African American participation in the game had been dwindling since the 1990s. The Institute for Diversity and Ethics in Sports at the University of Central Florida found that the numbers have dropped from 18% to just 7.2% in 2022. Baker had enough. He and Dave Roberts are the only two black managers in the game. He's been saying this for 40 years. There aren't enough black people in the game, and no one is attempting to include them. For him, it's always been about doing the right thing. He could be selfish and do the easy thing, but that wouldn't be him now, would it? Now, having survived prostate cancer and a stroke, that's what he lives by. That's what he taught his team. And that's how he won the game. He did the right things and made his team do the same. Lastly, how it all played out. Houston had easily toppled the New York Yankees and the Los Angeles Dodgers in the playoffs. This was their moment to shine, and they shone bright like diamonds. They had the game from the start. Their ace, Justin Verlander, stuck around for 5 innings and gave his team the advantage they needed to win. Trey Mancini and Chas McCormick also played amazingly and saved the relievers down the line. Jose Altuve also scored twice, aided by Jeremy Pena. Pena hit his 4th home run of the postseason in the game and became the MVP of the World Series. On top of that, slugger Yordan Alvarez got a 3-run home run. The Phillies had started scoring, even getting a home run, but they were not a match for the Astros. Then Ryan Presley came to close out the game. Even though the Phillies gave it their all, Baker's bullpen was not here to lose. And then came the final out. Nick Castellanos sent the ball to foul territory where Kyle Tucker was waiting to catch it, and the rest was history. They won 4-1. As the crowd erupted in cheers, the redemption arc was complete. Dusty had brought his team to the salvation they deserved. That's it for today's video. How do you think Dusty managed to win the game? Let us know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We'll be back with another video soon.